It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions. 5 weeks come and gone, and we're off in Week 6 on EA Sports. Hill now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10.
Why would your dumb ass be in black, bro?
That's Bernice.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
But right away, they'll change the look.
Track 50. Track 50. Curve 19. Curve 19. Go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Now the try here for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7, Steelers 0.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing here is May. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's May. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And now bring up 4th down on a big sack for a loss of 5. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Hill to return it. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
The score, Lions 14. Steelers nothing.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Wide open receiver complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll throw with May. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
2nd down.
Here's May. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Let's go now.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the route,
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A big play there for Detroit. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Trap 60, trap 60. 7 Pirates, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown. Sam LaPorta, 26 yards. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
that certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
21. Steelers, nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he returns this to the 22.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And this one is incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try to break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Steelers send out their punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Detroit. And even 70 yards.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
And 10 yards to go.
Now they'll change things up.
70 range for 79 Buffalo 86, Dragon 60. Ready, ready.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Lions 28, Steelers nothing.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here.
Ball at the 23, second and 8.
Brings up second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
They're going to throw. May. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
And it's third down.
To the air. May.
He finds Austin complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with May.
That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, it's May.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. The slot man in motion right. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Ready.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Detroit!
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Steelers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything's working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it. And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
It's caught, Smith. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
18 Cardinal. Go, Reed, go. Buffalo 18. Motion, watch the motion. Trap 60, trap 60. Hurt. Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Powering forward. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Come on.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Here we go. Viking 18. Check.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this returnable for Hill. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, It's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing.
11. That's good. 4 on Lions. First down.
Hey, check that.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready?
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's brought down at the 42.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ready?
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
43-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's 3rd and 7.
Ready? 70 Lions.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Mitchell, off play action. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Kirk. 7 Pirates. Warriors 70, 79 Broncos. Hey, smash Broncos.
They're going to try and throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Second and 4. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Hawk 70. 19 tight. Dragon 60. Buffalo 18.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Ready? Bronco 80. Bronco 80. 19.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Mitchell. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, You are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2.
Cougar 19. Deputy Lions.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 23-yard run. And the Lions extend their lead yet again. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't lost. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Steelers, nothing.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice.
A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
Good for the Steelers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
60 by.
They're going to look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10.
Cup 19, Cup 19, 19, Tiger, 19, Cowboy 80. Riggs, Riggs. Let go.
He'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Bronco 80.
They'll look to throw here. as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Let's go now.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
19 tight, 19 tight, 79 Broncos, Dragon 60. Ready?
They go play action here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And the Lions first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Here's Mitchell operating from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after here coming up. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Lions 56. Steelers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to their lockers.
Yeah, I think they're going to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
First down. First and at the 23-yard line.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the returns. He'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out and take pride in your work and try to put something together here in the second half.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He sets to fire deep.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he will will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The tackle made
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Another run for Gibbs here. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd
and 7.
Back to throw. Mitchell. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Come on, set. 70.
But now an audible here into something else.
Ready.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are pouring it on. Now, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Until there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On the end around, here comes Smith. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stay home and they'll stop him behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in 1st downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a 1st down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His second rushing touchdown of the year and third overall. And the Steelers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Trap 60, trap 60. Here we go, here we go. Mustang 19 tight, 19 tight.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Check out.
Looking to throw. Mitchell. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's now third down
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Gets this one to Hill. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
It's 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look.
18, ready.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On the ready. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cougar 19. Watch around, watch the bullet, watch the shoot. Turn up. 70 Lion.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Steelers' 35-yard line.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Come on. Set. Panther 60, Panther 60, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Bronco 80. Like.
quickly here, and that's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
60 back there, 60 back. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready,
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 18 Rattler. Ready?
Back to throw. Mitchell.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
Only a yard.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
No. 19 Lions. Panther 11. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
To throw is Mitchell. Throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And that recovered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Mustang 19. Hurt. Right there, hurt.
Back to throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Keeps the score. Lions 63. Steelers 14.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under heavy rush, and down he goes. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Well, they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line.
It's now 3rd and 15.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And they'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. Down the right sideline. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Ready up.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Lions, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everyone.